Hello, everyone. News Channel 3, Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson with a YouTube and Facebook Live weather update on very tardy tonight. Working out some kinks on the forecast there, trying to get it all set. And it looks like we are, after some deliberation, we are going to go with the weather alert day for tomorrow. There's just a lot of questions, I think, about what's going to happen tomorrow, if you want to be honest. And I think that the models are going in different directions. Chris, thanks for being here from Coopersville. So I apologize for being tardy here with it. I guess when I'm on this late, it's going to force me to be faster or not take as much time because I have to be on at 10 o'clock. So we'll try to get this one knocked out here. But I do want to give it enough time, certainly, to let people know. I think we have two threats. There you see on the slate there, weather alert day. For not just one, but two rounds of storms that I think will be moving through. And one of those, sorry, I'm adjusting my chair so I can be up a little higher. One of those, Carl, hello to you in West Portage. Big old moon out there. Beautiful evening, huh? You're right, Joanne. It's not going to snow tomorrow. What do you know? Hello to you, Tim and Leslie. Good evening to you, too. So two rounds of storms. So let's push this back and let's get going. Up and down temperatures through the week. And by the way, it's looking like Easter, wouldn't you know it, is probably going to be damp and chilly. You know, I'm chatting with Andy Dominiani there at 6 o'clock. It seems like the Easter egg hunts are always, that I remember with kids, we were always battling the mud as much as anything else. And it looks like that's going to be the case this coming Sunday as well. Jeanette, hello, represent Coldwater. Thanks so much. We're going to have severe storms in Kalamazoo. Craig, let's get right to it. We'll figure it out. Folks are already in here, so let me get moving. I have to put my space bar on here, and here we go. It is a weather alert day for tomorrow, and like I said, we had much deliberation right after the 6 o'clock newscast tonight, and we're going to go ahead and go with the weather alert day, with the focus here being the theme that we want everybody just to be on guard that some of these storms that are happening tomorrow, and like I said, there's going to be two rounds. And the more models that come in, the more short range models that come in. I'm just telling you exactly what I'm seeing. The more short range models that are coming in, I get it that there's only a marginal risk from the Storm Prediction Center for the overnight and tomorrow morning activity, whereas there's a higher slight risk, level 2 out of 5. A marginal is 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5 slight risk for storms that are expected tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. But the short range models that I'm looking at would suggest that there might be a little bit more of a threat for the morning. Regardless, part of the deliberations that we were having, we're going to go with a weather alert day tomorrow for the possibility there of strong to severe storms. And I'll get to the threats coming up in just a little bit on that specifically. Hello to you and Paw, Ryan, and Jackson. Calm before the storm. Welcome to spring. Boy, if you had any doubt about what our season was, it's got to be spring, right? Wait till you see the 7-day forecast. Our temps are all over the place. I mean, all over the place this week. And, you know, anytime we have these big undulations there and the temperatures, even up and down temperatures, and, you know, they sort of mirror the undulations we might have in atmospheric pressure, too, which, by the way, if you have joint pain, headaches, muscle pain that is related to air pressure, this is going to be probably a pretty tough week. But it's pretty crazy. April, hello to you. Hoping the storms won't hit us hard. Me too. Shannon, hello. Frida, hello to you, beautiful in Hopkins. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it very much. Marissa, what time will they be blowing through for Sturgis? I'll get to that in the hour by hour coming up. Thanks for asking. Annette, hello to you in Bronson. Ron, here we go again. I hope not. But the potential is there. Thanks for watching. Crystal, hello to you in Plainwell. Vicky, hello in South Monterey in the house. Lily, hello to you in Battle Creek. And Beth, hello to you as well. All right, let's get to it. So off to school, hey, it's going to be very mild in the morning. We're talking about 60 degrees, but you're going to need some rain gear. I'm not talking about an area-wide shower or thunderstorm going on, but they're going to be dotting the map. And so it's going to be a good idea to have the rain gear ready to go tomorrow. And some of those storms in the morning could be pretty potent, and certainly in the afternoon too. But we're looking at a low of about 60 degrees. That is several degrees higher than our typical high for the day. And then heading home, it's still going to be mild. Scattered showers and some storms. We're going to make the low 70s, I think. So let's get right to it. I think I've got the severe weather outlook here. This is from the Storm Prediction Center. Again, this is from the Storm Prediction Center, the latest from the SPC. The area in yellow, which covers most of our area, most of West Michigan, is at slight risk. That's level 2 out of 5 for severe weather. Now, this is for tomorrow afternoon and evening. There is a round of thunderstorms that will be moving through overnight tonight through tomorrow morning. And there's only a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5 for that. But I got to tell you, what I've been seeing, the trend that I feel that I've been seeing in the short range models is that that's going to be a pretty potent dose of thunderstorms too. You know, it does run counterintuitive to some degree from what we normally see. Typically, especially around these parts, we don't have the worst of the severe weather at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, let's say, because that's when we've lost the most heating, we've lost most of the dynamics. The atmosphere typically stabilizes then, and it's the process of destabilizing the atmosphere that comes with the heating of the day, which typically, of course, runs in the afternoon and early evening, that fuels those big thunderstorms. Well, that might not necessarily take place tomorrow. So our main threat, as you see there, is large hail and damaging winds. An isolated tornado is not out of the mix. It's not likely, but it's not out of the mix. Just got through talking to my good buddy Colin Rogers, meteorologist Colin Rogers. We were discussing the plans for tomorrow as well and talking about how the thunderstorms tomorrow morning look to likely be what we call elevated thunderstorms. You know, we experience weather at our surface level, right? And we think that everything happens here. But as you know, if you think about it, the dynamics that are going on for what we feel here at the surface are actually going on well above our heads. And sometimes those thunderstorms are what are called elevated thunderstorms. And the dynamics are actually happening thousands of feet up. And in a situation like that, typically the main threat isn't wind and certainly not tornadoes, but it's large hail. And so that's pretty much what I think we're looking for in the morning. But you never want to count out that one of those thunderstorms is able to bring some of that wind down to the ground. So that's what we're looking at. Large hail, damaging winds, isolated tornado. Morning showers tomorrow may limit that severe weather threat in the afternoon. Here's what you want to see, the hour by hour. This is what you want to see. Okay? So we're starting at midnight. By the way, I see that on the radar for tonight. Kendra, I will show it, but I can tell you right now it doesn't show anything. There's nothing going on here right now. Janet, hello to you. Orlo, hello, and Papa. Oh, that's true. At least they're not going to be hunting eggs in the snow. You're right about that. Debbie, hello. Mike, planning to chase tomorrow. Be safe. Be careful, buddy. Sally won't be walking the next few days. It's going to be muddy out there for sure, and wet. Nice not hearing the furnace kicking on. I got to tell you, for me, it's like I'm not seeing. I've got one of those, indoor humidity things, and I'm not seeing it go down to these low levels. And it's like that's why everything's so dry in my house. Dana, hello to you in South Haven. Sierra, hello in Coldwater. Lori, when can I walk? You're just going to have to time it out. Listen, this is when it's going to be good to have our weather app so that you can time out some of those things. All right, let's go. Hour by hour. We start at midnight. Going to run it up to 2 a.m. Here's what I'm talking about, especially well north of I-96. I mean, those are some pretty hefty thunderstorms that are suggested by our model here from Big Rapids north all the way up to certainly around Cadillac. With a couple of thunderstorms moving through here. That's 2 in the morning. Now let's run it to about 7 in the morning. Notice everything's cleared out. Very mild to start with tomorrow. Very mild to start with. For the most part, we're in the 60s. You see another couple of thunderstorms moving through in the late morning or early afternoon. Jeff Porter's got you live with that one at noon, and he'll be joined by meteorologist Colin Rogers tomorrow morning. Now let's go to the early evening threat. 6 o'clock. We have a few scattered showers. Right? This is what I mean by it's like this is consistent over the last few hours. It just doesn't seem to be as potent. I mean, here we are at 9 o'clock, and it just doesn't seem to be. This is from this forecast model. Maybe it's not getting a good read. But again, it just doesn't look like there's very much. And then overnight, those temperatures are really going to crash such that by Wednesday morning, we're looking at a low temperature in the upper 30s, mid to upper 30s. So we've done this drill before, right? We've done this drill where we get crazy warm for this time of year. I think we'll be in the low 70s tomorrow. And then the temperatures just crash. So Wednesday, we're looking at lows in the upper 30s, and the high on Wednesday, I think only in the mid to upper 40s. So, and that's going to come with some chilly rain showers. Let's get to the radar here. And this is what I mean there. There's nothing going on. It's all quiet. Nothing happening right now. I think I did. Yeah, I put in a little loop where I showed some thunderstorms that are going on right now in Iowa and Illinois. But these are not, again, this is not like, oh boy, here they come. So that's what I'm looking for there. Mike, Tuesday morning preventing more severe. It could, Mike, the activity that we see in the morning could stabilize the atmosphere. Look, when we have those thunderstorms, you know what it does? Is it transfers the heat and the imbalances of heating that built up during the day, let's say. Well, those thunderstorms sort of balance everything back out again, and it stabilizes the atmosphere. And sometimes that really works in our favor. So if we have morning thunderstorms, for example, and rain, and the air just is like stabilized by the cooler, it gets cooler, it's just not as dynamic as it was. Then in the afternoon, the storm has to overcome all of the stability, let's say, to create another storm sensitive environment, if you will, or storm conducive environment. I know it's a poor way of explaining it, but that's the way I can try to explain it anyway. And so it could be that what we have tomorrow morning actually ends up being a little more strong, maybe even severe, versus what we have tomorrow evening. But for now, to go with the Storm Prediction Center SPC guidance, there's in their mind a bit of a higher confidence that there'll be severe weather in the afternoon and evening than there will be overnight tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll wait and see how it plays out. That's one good thing about the weather, is that you can always go back and say, like, well, who won? Who won that one? Melody, hello to you in Union City. You're right, Joanne. Don't put that jacket away. Richard here from Pennsylvania. Hello to the Keystone State. We're always happy to have visitors from out of state. Ryan, I've been great. Thanks for asking. I hope you have it too. Missy's here from Battle Creek. Gary, Thursday. Oh yeah, I'm not even talking about Thursday yet, Gary. You're right about that. I think Thursday might be another day that we're dealing with some big thunderstorms. So, I said, if you've been following my posts, shameless plug, WWMT's Keith Thompson, even over the weekend, I was showing how it's like this week is going to be active. Tuesday, storms. Wednesday, colder showers. Thursday, storms. Friday, colder showers. Saturday, I think some storms. And then Sunday, Easter Sunday, bummer. Chilly and probably damp. Wouldn't you know it? Praying for stabilization. I'm with you right there. Kim, hello to you. That's true. That's true. Everybody gets sick. What is it that one person sneezes or what everybody gets sick? Let's see. Ben, hello to you in Waterville. Thanks for checking in. Ethan, thanks for checking in. A busy week for sure. You guys might have some ice up there, I think, right? Well, I don't think we're going to have to deal with that. Though the temperature swings are going to be crazy. Look at this. We're up right now about 15-ish degrees from where we were yesterday, which was up considerably from where we were on Saturday. And that's why it put us up into the 70s. Well, look at this. Tomorrow, we're going to be in the low 70s. Again, there's our weather alert day for tomorrow. And then the temperatures crash. So look at this. We go 72 for a high. I'm just looking at the highs. 72, 48, 68, 58, 68, 52. So this is definitely a spring forecast. Up and down temperatures. I mean, all of them here on the 7-day. The highs go from the upper 40s to the low 70s. The lows go from the mid 30s, low 30s really, to 60. But it does keep job security going for me, that's for sure. No rain on Sunday. I hope not, but right now I cannot guarantee that, Ron. I think that there's a pretty good chance. It's not as good a chance as on Saturday, as you see reflected there in my percentage, my probability of precipitation that I have there. But I will say, what is Sunday is going to be, the date is the 5th. We might be able to get away without some showers, but it's going to be damp and chilly. It is not, like I said, I wish it was sunny and 70, even sunny and 60 or sunny and 50, I would take. But we might have a few showers and it's going to be rather cool. Barb, definitely crazy weather for the next few days, for sure. If it does rain Sunday, the next 7 days, the next 7 Sundays really will be wet. Is that a old wives' tale? I don't think you can say that these days, can I? Tanya, hello to you. Ethan, it's in Grand Rapids today. Cool. It was so warm but beautiful. You may not even see it hit 40s. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we're stuck in the 30s. Wow. Yeah, Ethan, by the way, is at our sister station, 7 and 4 up North Live in Traverse City. And it's the other thing is this frontal boundary that's going to get hung up in our vicinity. You guys are going to be on the north side of it there, so I think you're going to stay on the cold zone. So we've got to keep an eye on that frontal boundary, by the way, to see exactly where those showers are going to be. And I will say this, I think we're going to just have repeated opportunities for rain, which could be heavy at times. And by the time we get to Saturday, I think it's going to be a soaker. Again, if you follow me on WWMT's Keith Thompson or on I believe I tweeted this out, at Weatherman Keith, that the Weather Prediction Center's QPF, it's called Quantitative Precipitation Forecast, for the 7-day period from yesterday, Sunday, to next Sunday, had us in a zone where we get to have 3 to 5 inches of rain. So it's going to be a soaker of a week, and maybe at times stormy. Yeah, you got snow and ice going on there in Traverse City. And you know what? You hang around our room enough, Ethan, and you'll see that people are, a lot anyway, not everybody, but a lot of people are saying like, well, at least it's not snow. I think I got that yesterday when I posted that about the quantitative precipitation forecast being 3 to 5 inches. And I think the first comment was, well, at least it's not snow. Yeah. K&M in the house. Ryan, hello. Michigan is a new tornado alley. I hope not. I don't want it to be, but it certainly has been active so far this year. Charlotte on Sturgis. I think we're looking at showers and the potential for thunderstorms. There's no real difference here area-wide, I would say. So let's see if it'll let me go back. And I can go back and we'll do that. What time is it? 9:43. I got time to do that hour by hour one more time before I have to skate so that I can be on the air at 10 o'clock. You see on the radar, there's not a lot going on. All right, here we go. So let's go with this hour by hour. You can watch for whatever community you want. See Sturgis there at 65 tomorrow or at 2 a.m. Everything clears out of here by 7. Sturgis, you might have another one crossing your bow about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Not expecting that to be severe, but not out of the question. And then as we go through the day there, you can see that it's, these are just sort of garden variety showers here. I'm not really impressed with that. Yeah, maybe we'll get away with not seeing very much. I would not mind it. And if it's like, well, that would mean you're wrong. Well, I'll be wrong if it means we don't have to deal with severe weather. That's my opinion. Anyway, no, thank you. All right, here's our 7-day again. Up and down temperatures. So it's going to be chilly on Wednesday. We warm up on Thursday with more thunderstorms. It gets cooler on Friday. We warm up again on Saturday. And then Sunday, it looks like it's going to be a little bit on the chilly side and maybe a shower or two, but it's just going to be damp for Easter. We'll have some more clarity on that as we get closer to the day, for sure. Yeah, I will say that, April. Well, you know what? To me, we have some years where it's like seemingly nothing's happening. And it's like, I wonder if we're not just going to get a lot of storms. And then we have years like this one where it's like, wow, it's active. It certainly can be active. And I think it's a good reminder that we live in a zone where the weather can be active from time to time. Time to get the rain buckets out, Cherry. I agree with you there. That's for sure. John, hello to you in Manistee. Tina's here from Hudsonville. Represent. Worked in your yard today. Kathy, awesome. Good for you. You didn't work in my yard, though. And I left the shovel out and everything. Just kidding. Charlotte, there we go. Got information on that. There could be hail with these thunderstorms, especially the ones that go overnight and tomorrow morning. Yeah. You're very welcome, Pam. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it very, very much. All right, everybody. I do have to skate now because it's 9:45. I got in here so late. And I apologize for that. And I thank you for being here. And hopefully we had a good discussion here and left you a little bit more informed than you were when you started. But if you are seeking more, I will be live at 10 on ARC West Michigan, live at 11 on the Mothership News Channel 3 with another update. Jeff Porter's here bright and early in the morning, must-see TV, 4:30 to 9 a.m. He's got you live. He's got you again at noon. And then I'll pick you up at 5:30, and 6. We'll do another Facebook Live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. By the way, I do think that by this time tomorrow night, the storm threats will be on their way down, at least for the current storm threats anyway. All right, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it very much. If I don't catch up with you on the tube tonight, I hope to catch up with you again tomorrow. Be safe. Stay with us if the weather gets gnarly. We'll be here for you. You bet. That's what we do. And thanks again, everybody. Hope you have a good night and a good day tomorrow. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.